Hey, YouTube, it's another perfect day in God's country, and I ain't lying. Thank you to each and every one of you for taking another minute out of your day to hang out with me, Lucky Haskins, for yet another moment of truth. An important episode this morning, simple and poignant, though. Look out, man! We're at war! Look out, man! Another fake and phony war. I don't think I'm going to beat around the bush and flap my jaws a lot this morning. But nothing could be more obvious and fake about the Ponzi scheme that we find ourselves being victims of. The corrupt psychopaths that own, own and control this society that we've been handed. The folks who are running everything straight down the shitter right before our eyes, while millions and millions of people worldwide are trying to shake and snap the blinded masses out of the trance in direct opposition to their willingness, their lack of willingness, their love of the lies and deception. Perhaps it's ego. People cannot accept the fact that they were so duped. I don't know. I don't know what it is, folks. Like I often say, there's not much left a fellow like me can do anymore. Time for me to pass the baton. I have flapped my jaws endlessly, been mocked, basically attacked for my views, for speaking pure truth, been banned, been ghosted. And, you get it. Lived the true life, walked in truth, surrounded where I live of people who like to make fun of me because I know the earth's not a globe. And of course, when you're in that position, I mean, there's nothing you can do. You just sort of watch and observe and go, yeah, I know, I'm a whack job. But let's just talk about simple truth. The fake military, completely and totally unnecessary, built with our approval, we the people, shelling out the dough, having it stolen from us to build massive militaries which will have no function other than to protect and defend the very, very few who own and control, self-imposed owners and controllers of this current shit show we call civilization. These people have no need for any militaries. America has no need for a military. Russia has no need for a military. No real, genuine needs, folks. All fake, all televised fear. The militaries were built to protect the very, very few who have pulled all of these crimes against humanity off flawlessly, are now being fully exposed. Humanity is snapping out of the trance and waking up, and they will have and do have massive militaries in place that will protect them and their interests and help them with their final phases of squashing the human race and its freedoms. Of course, people with their head up their butts have no idea what I'm even talking about because they think that we, the people, are running this shit show. They think that people like Donald Trump are anything other than actors, even though he's on television every single day. People have no idea the time and effort and money and funding that goes into being an actor that's on television every day. But yet people have no problems adopting the illusion that this guy's running shit and busy. He's busy doing stuff for this country. Folks, he's an actor. It takes 100% of his time to be that actor. It has his entire life Donald Trump has been an actor. He's a television character. You have been prepped and groomed for this your entire life. He's an actor, like these fake scientists, like Michio Kaku or whatever that guy's name is, okay? He comes on and does damage control, basically letting you know that people like me have been correct the whole time. And then the PhDs and scientists go, I wish he wouldn't say that stuff. People are taking it wrong. No, he's doing damage control, folks. Michio Kaku is not a scientist. He's been on television most of his life. He's an actor. I don't understand why people cannot, okay? Because people live in a false reality created by their television, folks. These are actors manipulating you, okay? So stop it. Now listen. Fake militaries. What's Lucky talking about? Russia would pummel us if we didn't have a military. Nobody's going to pummel us. There is no Russia and America and China and Japan. It's all run by the same people. I've said this over and over and over. The brilliance of the globe earth propaganda and how it allowed and created this prison for the mind, and people fall for it every single step of the way. They don't understand the brilliance of the propaganda, or they don't want to believe that they have been propagandized and indoctrinated and socially engineered to take part in this shit show. They don't want to accept it when it's clear as a bell to everyone around them. And it's, quite frankly, a freaking horror story to watch. But as we watch the ship of fools sail away on its way to the bottom of the ocean, all we can do is report on it. Like I said in the last video, the band will play on, and I'm going to play on. Fake militaries, yes, folks, they're all 1,000,000,000% undisputably, no denying it. They are fake. The wars that are going on right now, 100% fabricated and fake to manipulate you. If you never bought a newspaper, never read a magazine, turned off every single piece of radioactivity coming into your house, had no phone, had no internet, had no television. If everybody did that, there would never be a war. The only purpose of the war is so they can tell you about it. Wake up, folks. The purpose of the war is propaganda. Snap out of the trance. If you turned everything off, I promise you there'd never be a war. The military is not necessary. This is the same people putting this military against this military for the purpose of manipulating you. And this is 100% provable. So stop it. It's not my fault that you didn't read the book. And I only have time to give you the last page at this point. Okay? It's not my fault that people in humanity were too lazy to read the book. And they listen to people like me reading them the last paragraph. And they go, what does this guy know? Yeah, well, here comes the last page of the book, folks. We know the militaries are fake unless... this is how dumb humanity has become, y'all. Let's just talk about the only piece of evidence we really need to prove that it's one group of people running this whole realm. The 6 known continents that we're allowed to understand exist. Okay, I'll leave that sentence that way. We don't know what there is, folks. We've been taught, trained, and told about 6 continents and the countries they're on, and we're lied to about this 7th continent that we can't go to. Now, the Antarctic Treaty itself is 1,000,000% conclusive proof that no military is real or needed. No, it's not, Lucky. We all agreed not to go there because we got to save the penguins in the last remote place on Earth. If you're stupid enough to think that all countries on Earth can agree that no human being should be allowed to freely explore Antarctica without direct permission and supervision from a government entity, you can't just go there and hang out. If you think that the world can join hands and agree that we're not going to let any other humans go there so we can save the penguins, if you agree with that, but yet you think it's okay to kill, it's not legal to go to Antarctica, but it's perfectly legal to drop bombs on other countries and kill human beings, that's necessary because we hate each other. But we all agree that we're not going to let anybody mess with the penguins. If you still fall for that horse shit, you are dumb as a brick. And I am so sorry for calling the human race dumb. But folks, how dumb do you have to be to actually support that mentality? Yes, it's very important that we save the penguins and save the last remote place on Earth, but we should bomb the shit out of them brown people. We should kill them buckers. That's where we stand as human beings. It's pathetic, it's disgusting, and it's pure truth in your face. Well, Lucky Man, the Antarctic Treaty's not proof the militaries are fake. Nope. That's not enough for most people, but of course it's all the proof that any critical thinking human being that still has his or her own intellectual faculties intact, 100% that's enough proof to know that the militaries are fake and the wars are fake. And of course, people like me have known this for years and years and years and years. You're getting the last paragraph in the book right now. Sorry, I don't have time to educate you people. I've said this many times. I could teach a 6-year college course on the truth. I could teach a 6-year college course on the globe earth lie and the fundamental basics of what it did to society. And these fake militaries, of course, are under that umbrella, which anybody who knows anything about umbrellas, it's a Masonic symbol to explain exactly what I'm explaining to you. Okay? What a tangled web we weave when first we practice to deceive. Okay, so the proof, however, that the militaries are fake and that these 6 continents are being run by one group of people, the proof is everywhere. Okay? All in things that you, the blinded masses, have not taken the time to educate yourself on. Like you don't know anything about the bells. You want more proof? How about the bells? How come every government in every country in all 6 continents rushed to get rid of the bells all at the same time? What the hell is Lucky talking about? That's right, because you're uneducated. I apologize. They don't teach real history in any school. All the schools, all of them, colleges, government education, all of it, private schools, all owned, operated, run, and the curriculum provided by the Jesuits. We all know this. It's undeniable. So quit with your conspiracy theory garbage. Okay? The bells. Okay? How about the fires, the late 1800s? Again, 1,000,000% conclusive proof that one group of people run the 6 continents. Okay? One group of people run 6 continents. They created a globe Earth to secure that there's this spot and then they broke it all out. Oh, we'll put them all against each other. Do you guys not understand? There's endless proof that it's one group of people running it all. The military is fake. Okay, this is their truth with lies. Of course it's real. Of course the military's real. Of course the war is happening. It's not organic. It's all fake. It's all made to happen, like everything they do. Every system on this earth is run by these people. It's all corrupt. Everything they do. I studied contract law for a couple years here recently. If you study it at all, you learn really quick that it's a highly corrupt system run and kept in check by a system called the bar, by a group called the bar. You're not allowed to be a lawyer if you're not a member of the bar. The bar maintains the corruption. And then, of course, for those who have eyes to see and ears to hear and understand what a corrupt civilization these people have built for the purpose of what we're about to witness, okay, they're only getting going, folks. This is only like 120 years old. That's brand new to them. This is just a startup. People don't understand that because our timelines are so short. We think all these other people are operating the way we do and trying to build something during their life, and they're not. They're working for a much greater cause. They've all been compromised. They don't have options in how they perform. Like I told you guys the other day, we've never had a president, and everybody will laugh at that and call me a conspiracy theorist, but they won't take the time to read the Masonic Oath. The Masonic oath clearly states, once you've taken the Masonic oath, it trumps all other oaths. You are welcome to go out and take other oaths, but it's fake. You go out, it's like having your fingers crossed. If you take an oath to be the President of the United States, but you've already took the Freemasonic oath, the oath to the United States is meaningless. And you've already taken an oath to assure your Freemasonic brothers and sisters that any other oath you take, you're doing it in a lie. You're lying. You're not agreeing to any other oath. The Masonic oath trumps any and all oaths. It's in the oath. But yet I'm a whack job. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Every president we've ever had, as we all know, was a Freemason first, then the United States president. That means no president's ever taken the oath. Very simple, right in front of your face. Nobody cares. Everybody still wants to hate their neighbor based on the actor that comes on their television and pretends he's in charge of shit. It's pathetic. Military's 100% fake. Look into the fake fires of the late 1800s. How do you coordinate 180, 190 different countries to all burn all of the clues, what they were burning? We know what they were burning in the late 1800s. They were burning all of the evidence that shows the truth of the old world, what we call the old world in this community, the civilization that was here prior to the late 1800s. The people that already existed here, that unfortunately, it's people like to call this conspiracy, but most of these people were between 8 and 9 feet tall, ironically. And of course, there's millions of photos around verifying this. There's even U.S. censuses, if you believe that sort of shit, verifying this nonsense. So whatever happened in the late 1800s happened in every country on the 6 known continents. Are you listening, people? Can you please snap out of the trance? The militaries are fake. And the wars are fake. They are fabricated. The bar, you want to know how the bar operates and how they control this corrupt system. Many people don't understand this because people don't pay attention. They keep their heads up their ass. When Jim Crow laws when segregation was eliminated in the South by law, they immediately had a case called Terry versus Ohio. Now, Lucky's smart enough, because I got eyes to see and ears to hear, to know that Terry versus Ohio was a fake and phony court case to begin with. If it was real, if there was 2 real people involved, a police officer and a guy named Terry, it was made to happen. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, folks. Events of this importance are not organic, they are made to happen. Terry versus Ohio was the court case that established new case law that filled our prisons with black men. Period. Look it up yourself, follow the timelines, follow how the corrupt bar and the corrupt court system, ran by Freemasons, of course, look at how they operate and look at the timelines and start paying attention, people. Okay? Terry versus Ohio created what's called the Terry stop, which allows the police to just corral people and toss them in jail. And it still stands to this day. Another great example of the bar exam and the corrupt system that it is would be Pennsylvania versus Mims. Highly corrupt court decision. No chance in hell. This was a real court case. Probably was real. This is how they do the truth with lies. However, they simply cause it to happen, make it occur, and get the desired outcome. Pennsylvania versus Mims is so crafty and so slick the way it went down that it is virtually impossible to overturn. And if something approaches any court of record that could change or alter or overturn Pennsylvania versus Mims, it gets dismissed. And the perpetrator gets to walk out thinking he's victorious. No, and didn't have shit to do with you, brother. They're not gonna mess with Pennsylvania versus Mims. Pennsylvania versus Mims has caused more death and serious injury and assaults, crimes against human beings than any other case law on record. Pennsylvania versus Mims is responsible for so many human beings being shot, killed, beat up, etc. by police who have twisted the outcome around to make them believe, police are trained to believe that they have the right to assault you and yank you out of your car, break your window and yank you out of the car because of Pennsylvania versus Mims. Not a chance in hell that that's organic and wasn't made to happen. And very, very protected, will likely never be overturned. Every cop, if he ever tells you, get out of the car, please, and you know you're being violated, of course, as a human being, that's not freedom in any way, shape, or form. Pennsylvania versus Mims gives them, they believe they're incorrect, but it works because it'll never be overturned. Gives the police the right to yank you out of your car for no reason. None. Zero. Zilch. It's completely an assault, kidnapping. I mean, you could go on down the list of the crimes that have been committed against innocent human beings because of some horseshit case law called Pennsylvania versus Mims. It will never be overturned. The system is corrupt. Any case, mark my words, all you lawyers, if any lawyers are listening to this, you can mark my words. Any case that would ever jeopardize Pennsylvania versus Mims gets dismissed. This is why this case law system is so easy to manipulate. But humans are so dumb, they can't see it. Fake militaries. There is no war right now, folks. Nobody's got a beef with anyone from Iran. They could come over to my house. We could have a barbecue and drink beer. And you're going to find that the Iranians are just like you. They want to take care of their wife and their kids, and they want to enjoy some peace in their life. They want to pray. They want to give back to other people. They want to be kind. They want to be nice. They want to have a good time. Okay? They want to enjoy their life and their families. Sound familiar? Yeah, okay? It's the 300 people or the families at the top that are doing this. Wake up. The military has zero purpose in this realm. I will say it again. If everybody turned everything off and broke the connections from the 300, that's why this system immediately after the 800s, after they burned all the evidence, and then they had World War I, World War II to destroy the rest of the remaining evidence. That was the purpose of those two wars. They're simply hiding the evidence of the truth, folks. Nothing to do with us having any enemies within these 6 continents in this tiny little realm that we call home, as we all cling to the earth that lies within the waters in this realm that we call home. Okay? Yeah, Lucky's fired up because of these fake wars, man. People are getting killed for real. Why? Is it the fault of these? I mean, it is the fault of humanity at this point, folks, for allowing it. Okay? Every country on earth doesn't run around and destroy every bell ever made. Every single one of them worldwide destroyed if they were in the proper frequency, okay? But yet, they're our enemy, right? Unless there's some bells or some shit we all need to get rid of, or protect some penguins, or we're going to fake a pandemic. Hell, all of a sudden, every country on earth is buddy-buddy, hey? People, wake up. There is no Russia, there is no China. You don't have enemies. You have one enemy, and they hate you. Read the Jesuit oath. Read the Jesuit oath. Stop making fun of me when I try to explain how much these people hate you. Every single one of them has agreed to play their role. Any role they are told to play. Okay? You read their oath and stop being intellectually lazy. If you want to understand what's going on, okay, the hyperinflation. I mean, look, folks, I've been telling people for 2 years what the hyperinflation is for. I mean, I'm not going to go down the whole thing. The hyperinflation. There are still conservatives walking around that are Trump supporters that are still bitching about how much the last president, whatever his name was, Biden time, okay, how much inflation he caused. It's worse. It's as bad now as ever. Well, that's because we're at war. It's a fake war. Okay? Trump is an actor. You're being fooled. The hyperinflation is not going to stop because we're getting close to the year 2030. Get your heads out of your ass. Turn off your televisions. Enjoy your family. And please, folks, start speaking truth. If you don't know truth, you might want to start seeking it. But, like I said, man, as we wave goodbye to the ship of fools and watch it sail away, man, the band played on.